I've learned that you know, I really do have the control over everything. My imagination, when I imagine I was about to go through something really, really have a good experience, I would have a good experience. You know what I'm saying? If I would imagine, I would have a bad experience or the response from somebody, it always worked out like that. And as I've grown, I've gotten to know myself by my imagination because anything that I imagine, I realize I get. So it put a check on my thought process in the fact of me realizing, okay, I can't just let my mind do whatever. I have to check what I'm imagining or what I'm even considering when I'm thinking because I'm getting results of the things that I'm thinking. That started off really early without me being conscious of it, just going through things, thinking negative, getting a whole bunch of negative things to take place, but not really recognize it. When I'm up, I'm really up though, because I ball, I ball. Like you know what I'm saying? But I fall, I fall. You feel what I'm saying? That's just the whole thing with that. So the first would be know yourself. The second would be to take responsibility for everything that you involve yourself in, and then respect the fact that throughout this process, a real man takes responsibility for the fact that we make mistakes. We have to get up, and take responsibility and be responsible for understanding that a man is masculine and feminine in the aspect of what that means on a balance, but not in the same aspect what it means from a female perspective in terms of emotion, in terms of, don't go hard about everything. Slow that ass down about certain things. Stop, take a look at things. You don't have to run up on everybody or think everybody's supposed to, submit to your anger or your aggressive way or think it's about a box, square up every time. Sometimes it's about realizing that someone is in a different place than you and you have to be compassionate. You don't have to be humble. You don't have to be showing no fake humility and all of that. You have to be compassionate to yourself to realize that that mirror is in front of you. You know what I'm saying? If you're seeing something that you really are in objection to or in opposition to, is you. So, that right there. So respect the fact that it is you, you know, in the mirror and you have to take responsibilities. Real men do that. Real men do that. And you grow up and realize that as you expand and you realize these experiences that you have are spiritual. Everything is spiritual. We're attracting everything that what you hear going on. That's facts. I'm 55 years old. Okay, the year's like 2023, and
55
I'm
years
telling you,
young, just how you take care of
55 years
yourself.
young. 55. I've the solar return has returned 55 whatever times, and I feel like because of the numbers, understanding them now, it's the thing to do. Just make sure that you do those three things. Make sure you know yourself, get to know yourself, and listen to yourself and pay attention to what you think, and put a grip on the things that cause you imbalanced. It is what it is, and then take responsibility for everything you involve yourself in, and respect the fact of the mirror. The mirror is an agreement. Everybody you come in contact with is you. Pushed out, but on the outside of you seeing what you like and what you don't like. So you see something you like, hey, that's you that you love. You like that. Another part of you, hey, just accept that. Let it go. Like let it go. Don't trip. Okay. That's my my God perspective. That's from my own experience and my growth process. And as I still have to constantly reinvent myself to confirm my ability to be a real in this avatar, what you call man, because, God know source energy is already, you know what I'm saying?
That's awesome right there.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Always.
What's next?
All right. So the second question is, as a man, what is the level of importance when it comes to having self-integrity?
Self integrity. All right. Well, from my God perspective and personal experience, you know what I'm saying? Personal experience. Self integrity is one of the you know, one of them with, knowing the actual self integrity is one, knowing yourself, and is basically to sum up the ethical standards that communicate the kind of person that you are, how you treat yourself and others, in the way you love yourself and the way you love others, how you respect yourself. So integrity would be, like for real, it's like, come on, self integrity is really your ability to care for yourself and respect the mirror again. You know what I'm saying? Kind of results back to that every time. Like, because you're never going to be able to put anything outside of you that's not you. Like, everything that's outside of you is a reflection of you. You know what I'm saying? All things are a reflection of you in the sense of that, that vibration. You know what I'm saying? And so self integrity would be like, it is what it is. It's one with knowing, yourself, and that, it's basically that, just what it is. You know what I'm saying? Your self integrity, you have to be a stand up. You have to be responsible for, the things you say and do. You have to be willing to take responsibility for all things. If you do something stupid, stand up in the front of the line just as if you had done something to get praised for. Because as above, so below, it's like this. I've learned that over time that hey man, negative thoughts come sometimes way more than positive thoughts, depending on your vibrational realm and the things you got coming in and out. So I realize that in that perspective, I've had to gather my self integrity by keeping my thoughts in a certain place so that I don't go out of bounds with the fact that, you lose your integrity just by thinking negatively, because you're going to respond to a negative thought by a negative action if you continue to do so. If you continue to think negative, you're going to get some negative things in response. So, yeah, it's one with knowing yourself, and it's basically the sum of your way you see yourself. You know what I'm saying? And is totally how you treat yourself and how you treat others. So that's why it's the most important, most powerful habit to have. And then to me, in that sense, let me not jump the gun. It's one of the ones, because it's like along with self awareness. But let you get to it.
I got you. So the third question: can you please explain why self-awareness is one of the most powerful habits for men to have throughout this experience of life?
Okay, again, from my guide perspective and personal experience, the reason self-awareness is one of my most important habits, powerful habits to practice and to really, really learn to, stay in contact with throughout this life is, really, self-awareness to me is the equivalent to my intuition. You know what I'm saying? And in the perspective of what I've gathered, like, it's the best at its best. It's into your self-awareness is intuition at its best to me. You know what I'm saying? It's the key to being, you know, like self-sufficient, because when you start to listen to yourself and the thoughts that you think, and you're vibrating in the right vibration, first of all, all your thoughts are you. So if they're coming in negative, your vibration is that. They're coming in positive, they're that. You can control those thoughts by, stopping them, directing them, redirecting them. You know what I'm saying? You know, I feel like the faster you come in touch with your intuition, the faster you practice on listening to your intuition, the faster you become self-aware. And your self-awareness comes to the front of the line to the point where you get to control, and enjoy your life experience from a control perspective, from the outside perspective, rather than being inside experiencing, things that you emotionally attach to, negatively, or from a lower perspective or a lower balance. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, from the reason self-awareness is, seriously, the one of the most powerful habits is because it is your intuition. And once you lock in, self-awareness becomes second nature, because first nature to me is intuition. You know what I'm saying? The second nature is the consciousness of it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, it is what it is, because God, intuition, your, imagination,
That's
you
a
know,
fact. And see, one thing I realized about self-awareness, see, because there's a positive and a negative to everything, as we know.
already.
Life is like a battery. If you don't have the positive and the negative, it's not going to work.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
even during my process of becoming more self-aware on all things, I even received a lot of the things about myself that I did not want to see that was true about myself. So I would be coming in contact with different people because I like to connect with people. I would say within a month, I think I might have talked to about probably 30, 40 different people within that amount of time.
And you gotta be careful who you talk to, because some of these people be, energy drainers. They be dragging, they be snakes, they be there to suck your energy out. But we know the protection piece. We know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
that's
know.
that's a
So,
fact for
hey,
sure.
all is well.